and welcome to my channel. If you are already a subscriber, welcome back. If you are a new subscriber, I am so happy that you're here. Just happy to have you a part of this family that is my YouTube channel. Anyway, so today I'm gonna do something a little bit different. I was just thinking, I have a little backstory. My whole life, I've just kind of always been labeled the big sister, and I just feel like people have always just kind of came to me for advice. And yeah, I don't know, it's just something I feel like God has given me as a tool to use in this world to help his children. So I just decided to start something that could hopefully reach more people instead of just the people in my area that I can meet with or talk to. And yeah, I'm hoping that this will be beneficial for a bunch of people. So I'm gonna label it kind of like a girl talk, just because I typically have been kind of a big sister to younger girls, although, I mean, I have brothers and all their little friends were like my little brothers too, but I don't know, I just kind of felt more like this would be like a girl chat kind of thing, like starting that community. But obviously I would love if guys listen to these videos too. I don't care, I can't stop you. I'm putting it on the internet so anyone can watch it. But I'm just kind of putting that out there. I'm just gonna start kind of like this sisterhood that hopefully will attract more women, and we can just sort of come together and encourage each other and just build a community that supports each other. So all that to the side, I'm gonna start my very first topic, and my first topic is going to be how to talk to anyone. So I was thinking about it, and it's the beginning of the school year for a lot of people, and I just think back to who I was when I was like a freshman in college or a freshman in high school or just any younger age. And up until about when I came to know the Lord, I just kind of found interacting with people, I just felt like it maybe wasn't my skill set. Like I didn't really care to speak with a bunch of people, and when I did, it didn't always feel really natural to me. Like I didn't really know how to connect with people. So I just feel like over the years I have dramatically changed, and now this is just, it's so easy for me. Like I just see someone in a random store and I'll go talk to them. I don't think anything of it. I can make a friend like that. Like, not to sound arrogant, I just feel like it's definitely something that the Lord has given me. So I just feel like these are things that I have learned that I know can help other people do the same thing, because I think that's can be a stressor for a lot of people, just making friends and making those connections. And sometimes people feel alone, or sometimes people have really bad social anxiety that inhibits them on making those sort of connections. So yeah, these are just 5 tips I'm gonna give you to just keep in the back of your mind when you are interacting with people and when you're wanting to make friends. So number 1 thing to do is just kind of remember in the back of your head that they are just a human being. And I know that maybe sounds kind of silly, but I will talk to people and they're just like, oh my gosh, like Ashley, like she's just the queen of the world, or wow, like Phil is like the hottest guy ever and he's such a good football player, and like they're just so intimidating, and I could never go talk to Ashley and hang out with Ashley, or I could never talk to Phil or whoever. And we just kind of put people in these categories, and then we put people like in categories here and then categories here, and just like all over the place. Like a lot of people do this with celebrities, which I mean, I understand to an extent, but at the end of the day, that person, that Ashley, that Phil, that celebrity, that person in your dorm room, that person, that coworker, that guy that you have a crush on, that girl that you have a crush on, whoever, is literally just a human being. They have insecurities just like you do. They poop probably every day, just like you do. They eat food, just like you do. They put clothes on their body every morning, hopefully, just like you do. It's like, yes, they're special, of course, but people are really not that special. And sometimes I think we just put them in this out of space category that is untouchable, unreachable, and just like, whoa, they're just like these floating diamonds in the air, just something like really out of reach, and they're really not. So I think if you just start telling yourself that, like, oh, like you can see them, you can think they're really cool, you can think that they're really pretty, or they're really smart, or they're really funny, or whatever, and you can admire those qualities about them. But at the end of the day, like, they have issues, I guarantee it, just like you do. And maybe they're not as vocal about it, or maybe they just aren't even like self-aware enough to understand things within themselves. But trust me, they have something in their life that is maybe something you wouldn't want. So I just encourage you, before going to talk to that person that you maybe think is like just this amazing human being, or maybe just someone that you're really excited to get to know or really want to be friends with, that yes, of course, they're incredible in their own ways, but at the end of the day, they are just a human. So that is number one. Number two, I said, is to ask questions about them, like just get to know them. I know a lot of times people are like, I don't even know what to say to them. Like, how do I start a conversation? Just all these things. And people just really don't care how much you know until they know how much you care. And if you go up to them and just start talking all about yourself and being like, I was like homecoming queen and started like varsity basketball and I graduated with 4.0 and blah, blah, blah. Like, if someone doesn't know you, if they're a polite person, they'll probably be like, oh, like, cool. But if they don't know you at all, even the polite people are just gonna be like, wow, like you have to get to know someone else. You just kind of have to put yourself to the side and put the attention on that person and just really make that genuine effort to get to know them. And it really will be a genuine effort. If you see someone that you just think is a cool person, I know at least for me, when I come across someone, guy or girl, that I find interesting, like there's a genuine interest. I want to know more things about them, so I'll just ask. Anyway, I'm back. The video stopped working for some reason, and now it is the next day, where the second half of my first video totally got cut out. I don't know. So I'm just gonna continue on with the topic that I have already recorded. But anyway, so I was just saying how like getting to know someone else, and when you are interested in someone, I was just kind of saying how maybe you just don't really know what you're gonna ask them or say to them. And it's really a lot simpler than I think sometimes people think it is talking to someone, because it's just like, if you see someone that you think is interesting, just those automatic thoughts that already come to your head, like, oh, like I wonder what she does in her free time, or I wonder like what kind of home life she's grown up with, or I wonder if she likes sports, or I wonder if she's into this or that. Just like those genuine questions that come to your mind are the questions that you can then in turn ask her or him or whoever it is. But yeah, it's just like whatever you're already wondering. Maybe it's her outfit. Maybe you're like, oh, that's really cute. Like, I wonder where she got it from. Literally just ask him or her that. So it's pretty simple if you just kind of let yourself be natural and just be led by what you're already thinking about already. Okay, so that's number two. Number three, I said, is to compliment someone. You really can't go wrong with flattery unless you're being creepy and weird about it. But most times, if someone comes up to you and is like, oh, I really like your makeup today, or I really like your hair, or again, with the outfit, like your outfit's really cute. Usually that makes you feel good. If you've ever, I'm sure, had people do that to you, or complimented on like a personality characteristic, like, oh, like you're really funny, or that was really thoughtful of you, or just something like that, that makes you feel good. So why not just in turn flip that around and do that to someone else? And you see a pretty girl, like you can literally just be like, I think you're so beautiful. Maybe that sounds kind of weird, but I've totally done that to people before. Like, I just had a thought about them and I was like, why why keep this to myself? If this could be encouraging to someone or just like really make their day in some way, maybe it's like, again, a personality characteristic that I know about them and I really admire about them, like I just say that to them. And you can start a conversation that way too, like whatever it is that you compliment them on, you can then in turn build off of that and just get to know each other more and just start a genuine connection that way. So I just encourage people in general, something I'm actually just randomly really passionate about. If you're like at a store or at the gym or at your workplace and you see something, you notice something about someone else that you like, literally just tell them, just compliment them. I don't know why, it's like the world could be such a better place if we just like use the positivity that hopefully some of us are thinking day to day about other people, instead of being jealous of those things or feeling like insecure if you see someone else thriving or see something that you like in someone else, just say that to them, like just really spread that positivity and kindness to someone else. That's just kind of a side tangent, but compliment them, flattery, all that is another really good in to just making those connections with people. So that's number 3. Number 4, I said, is to find things in common. So if you're gonna start a friendship with someone or a relationship or whatever you're starting with them, I mean, there's nothing wrong with being different, obviously. I don't think you're gonna have everything in common, but it is cool when you meet someone and let's say you really bond over music. I know that's honestly something that I mega look for in people that I decide to friend or just connect with in whatever ways. And if they have the same taste in music that I do, I just think that's the coolest thing in the world, because for whatever reason, I just feel like I found so few people that just really get me on that level, and I just really understand them on that level, especially a girl. I just feel like certain music, for whatever reason, certain genres of music, is just like so taboo for a girl to be into. I don't know, it's just like a weird world thing, but it could be anything. Maybe it's TV shows, or maybe it's sports, or maybe it's fashion, or just a different hobby. It's like just talking to them and finding that common denominator can really just help you grow as a friend in general, or just in any sort of relationship, because it connects you to. And then maybe, which kind of leads into my last point, is how you can plan a hangout. Like maybe you're really into movies and you're like, oh my gosh, the new Twilight. I don't know why I thought of Twilight. I've literally never watched Twilight in my life, but maybe back in the day when Twilight was super popular, maybe if you're really into Twilight, you could be like, oh my gosh, like, are you going to the movie this Friday? Like the new one's coming out or whatever. And then you could plan a friend date or an actual date or whatever, and just kind of take the relationship, friendship, whatever, to the next level by doing that, by simply just finding the things that you have in common and then spending time together by using those common denominators. Those are my 5 things that I have on how to talk to anyone. I hope that this was helpful. Just remember that you are an amazing human being, and that your friendship, your energy, your kindness put forth towards someone is valuable, and that you totally have so much to offer someone else. So just don't ever feel like you don't deserve like good friendships or good relationships, or feel like too intimidated to talk to someone because maybe you just think they're so out of your league, and whatever way that you may be thinking that, it's really not true. And I just encourage you to just think of them as a normal human being, and you get to decide who you want to be friends with, who you want to make those connections with. And when you find someone that you think is worth your time and just worth putting that energy into, I would just use some of these methods to just get a conversation going and just form those really valuable and fun friendships. That is my video on how to talk to anyone. Thank you so much for watching. If you like this video, do not forget to like it and subscribe to my channel for more videos on similar kind of random but similar-ish topics, more like just life skill topics that I'm going to be doing like this. And also, if you'd like to follow me on my Instagram, where I do more day-to-day stuff, do not forget to go follow me there. So until next time, I hope you all have a great day, and I will talk to you later.